your buffs and then contest for the second one.
Definitely going to be something we're all looking forward to seeing. Fabian on the other side, though, I mean, he still goes the typical route. The Joy sometimes does sneak up in there. We've seen him run the Fredrin before as well, whereas, yeah, I do agree, King Kong can definitely go for more of the flashier route. But now getting into the nitty-gritty, jumping into game number 1 of our final series for the day. The Philippines up against Indonesia. Who will be able to reign supreme? Now we're looking at the bans on the board so far. Bruno's been banned out. Little textbook. A little different than what we've been seeing earlier today. The Joy has been taken off the table as well.
Yeah, so we're looking at a possible Suyo up front, unless FNOP. I think once you see the Joy ban, the thought immediately goes to maybe we ban out Suyo here, but that problem then leads to the Hilda. That problem then leads to the Cho. But I personally believe that at least if you ban out the Suyo here, you get some trade up on the board.
Can we start talking about the bans here? Because this feels very personalized by both teams. Heck, it's about what we've seen today. Joy ban, Bruno ban, Granger ban, and now the final ban is going to be that Jushin, so the Suyo will be up. I feel like both these teams are setting a new standard for the bans as we're going to Axiata Arena.
And I think this is a situation where we see the blue yo, and it does come out for the side of Team Liquid ID, and now
Hilda, Hylos, maybe just right up front. Hilda, Granger right up front.
Granger ban.
Oh yeah, Granger.
So this is what I'm really looking out for. What's the next best thing? Because we talk about Bruno and Granger. What does Kelra have? I mean, like, we've seen the Layla, but I doubt he's going to come up here.
Well, he used it for the Bruno. I think what looks good is, like, you know, we have the Wan that's been a big fallback for a lot of teams. They pick up the Eve and the Cho, which overall we get a solid mid. We have some flexibility. We have possibilities.
And now with that Cho, that provides a lot of backline potential and dive from the side of FNOP. And the response back, though, we are going to be seeing this Hilda picked up for the side of TLID. A good here alongside the Mathilda to be able to disrupt that RWM.
That's a scary up-front draft.
That's a tanky lineup.
That is, and then you have the Suyo who's backing it up with damage. At this point, you have so much freedom to put whatever you want in the gold lane, right? You have so much mobility. You have the escape possibilities. You could pick up something like a Moskov and feel comfortable. You could pick up something like an Airthil and feel comfortable. So FNOP has to kind of think about how they're going to approach this. Do you go for jungle here, or do you prio maybe gold lane and then start banning into gold?
I wonder as well, Phobius is open, and Phobius always gets banned out, but it looks like they want to pick up that Alpha. So Alpha is good against the combat TLID has, but that Matilda can disrupt what the Alpha wants to do.
Yeah, the Matilda, definitely something you don't want to take lightly. It's going to provide a lot of sustainability on the side of TLID, and now, as we are jumping into the second phase for these bans, we have yet to see a gold laner from both sides, and there's a lot of bans so far for the heavy hitters, right? The Bruno's gone alongside the Granger, and so now, what are we going to be seeing into the hands of Kelra? What is he going to be running? Is it going to be something into the realm of the Moskov, maybe the Beatrix to sneak up in here? There goes one of the additional gold laners taken off the board, Harith from FNOP.
All right, so gold laners getting banned out from the side of FNOP. Roamers / EXPers getting banned out from the side of TLID. I do like the Alpha, like you said, Lafell does great against the Hilda, has that true damage, has that chip down. No gold laner for either side. We're going to be digging deep. We know that Kelra has the ability to pick just about anything and do good. My question is Aaron Shiki in that same boat? We've seen him do good on things like the Granger and the Bruno, but how deep does his pool go when it comes to just pulling something out, right?
Maybe just fall back to the Natan. I mean, it has worked out for them for quite a while.
That was the TLID. I mean, that was the MPLID signature right there. They were one of the regions that were heavily favoring Natan compared to others.
And the Natan would definitely be a wise decision. With the Entropy, you can have a little bit of that survivability to work in your favor as well. There goes the Farza, though, so...
Sounds like a 1-1 pick. Like, once you ban on the far side, it does sound like a 1-1, like an Irrital kind of pick.
And it can do well against the 1-1 can do well against the Hilda and everything, so.
Valentina, possible pickup for the side of TLID as we are now finalizing the bans for both sides. We're seeing some great dive potential. You have the Cho, you have the Alpha, then you also have the range from the RWM from FNOP.
1-1's good, but it's a little risky now that I think about it, because Airthel plus Matilda, it's a lot of kite, it's a lot of ability to kite around, so FNOP may just push Kelra to very last pick here, pick up your XP, high-low still open, still a decent possibility for them to maybe put in the XP, Phoveus as well, you have the dashes, you have that whole package that comes with it. They go for the Beatrix up front, so then we get counterplay, otherwise we still have flexibility, whether we want to put this Cho in to Kirk's hands or in Brusco's hands.
This is fully macro drafting coming in from FNOP. Having an early Malefic gun allows the Beatrix to attack from a distance, and having the Eve to open up the RWM makes it so that the Beatrix can have easy farm. So FNOP's draft looks like they want to play the map a little bit more.
Yeah, and I'm expecting maybe, could still be a Valentina pickup here. I would say maybe an Aurora, but we are going to see that Moskov picked up from the side of TLID to go up against Kelra inside of the gold lane. It has a good split push potential with the Spear of Destruction. You want to expect that element of surprise from TLID.
All right, so final pick comes in.
Novaria.
The Novaria. There's the big range that we've seen from TLID multiple times. FNOP now has the choice. Do they? We've seen Kirk play the Cho a few times. It's not uncommon for FNOP to flex this Cho into the EXP lane. Kirk plays great on it. So I'm wondering if that's what we're going to see here. Do they still pick up something for roam position? Plenty of choices. Do they just keep it bulky and pick up the Phoveus and the Hylos, you know?
Against the Novaria, yeah, like oh, it looks like they're picking up a CC. So CC makes it so that you can't actually go to the back line. If the CC gets a vengeance, it's gonna be pretty hard for the Moskov to free hit. That's a pretty good pick, and again, FNOP looking like they want to play the map. Where TLID, come on, Brawl server, it does look like they want to fight for this matchup. Thank you very much to our panelists, Leo and Mirko. I hope you guys are ready because it's your turn for this best of 5.
The Super Fam collides with the Young Stallions. Leo and Mirko here at your service, bringing you this champion versus champion spectacle. The final bout for tonight's match, the upper bracket finals, a best of 5.
Winner here not only gets their, well, they've technically already secured Axiata, but grand finals. That's what they're fighting for here. The champions of the Philippines versus the champion of MPLID. The Novaria pick versus the CC.
It's not the double poke strat we've seen from Team Liquid ID. It's a rendition on that. But what's really making alarms go off in my head as we go into the battlefield, Claude and Dexter watching from above, is the fact that Aran got his Hilda, his signature pick.
I think usually, you know, Hilda on Aran, Aran on Hilda, whatever you want to try to, you know, phrase it as, it's great. But you see the alpha and then it becomes a bit staggering. It becomes a bit more questionable, I would say. In the mid lane too, though, you can definitely see that Widdy and... Wait, yeah, they're actually rotating. They're lane swapping. Novaria sent up top, and it's Aran who goes into the mid lane. So they're finding more ways to put in the pressure early with the Hilda.
Very interesting approach to the early game by Team Liquid ID. Folks, quick reminder that the M6 Pass is available from the 18th of November to the 29th of December. You can grab Claude's M6 exclusive skin, Challenger Spark, his Prime skin, Cosmic Blaze, the exclusive Claude figurine, Claude ticket statue, and a whole lot more await you to unlock action in mid.
Revitalize Alpha. Oh, they're actually not going to go for the commitment onto it. King Kong will go for the full clear up top, rotating over to the purple buff. And it does seem like TLID want to contest this.
That's the purple, still standing. Fabian in the thick of it.
Spear of Alpha is ready for King Kong, decides to go for it. 2 members get caught by the beast. King Kong already online.
That goes to your solo kill. Not yet happening.
Not yet.
As promised by Flava Fave, as Fnatic ONIC goes up 1,000 gold. All right, given the early action, this is our chance to check out the emblems. Oh, wait, he has still underneath. Taken down. That was just Prince and King Kong.
3 kills early for King Kong on the Alpha. Leo, we don't see a lot of Alphas here in the knockout stages. Not as much as a Suyo, not as much as a Joy. But I think it's very easy to forget how massive a snowball can be from a 3-0 alpha.
That's right. For the past, 6 months, Alpha has been on top of the metagame, and now underneath this RWM.
Oh man, Fabian gonna be caught by Busco. King Kong finds retribution. Aran can't go anywhere. Super Friends picks him up. It's 5-0 in the first 2 minutes. It's a 2,500 gold lead.
Nowhere Taran for that stray Hilda into deep. And now, oh dear lord, Fnatic ONIC taking away that purple buff, and Fabian can only fight for his orange.
They tried to gamble it all in the early game, and clearly now I guess we could say it was not the right call. Fnatic ONIC Philippines were just too sharp. King Kong getting the retribution to get him to level 4. That was the nail in the coffin for that invade. Aaron, Spear of Misery trying to farm up. Good poke from Kelra. Good cover from Witty. But still, 3,000 gold lead in the 3rd minute is a ridiculous stat.
That's no bueno. But one thing the Team Liquid ID can hold on to is the fact that Aaron is still here, at least for now, untouched. Gold lane seems to be their safe haven because, as you saw earlier, Prince and King Kong cross in straight underneath tier 2 in the top lane. In mid, best believe you're forced to rotate because of how deep and how long the range is on the Eve. Is that a good matchup, the even? Oh, wait, we'll talk about it after Kirk lets off. Is it just me, or is Prince outranging the Novaria, at least early on? Like, it's safer to throw out those Void Crystals.
I think it's a 2-level diff right now that's playing a big factor into the range, right? Because once you shoot out the Astral Sphere, that's it. Super Friends can constantly just spam out. So if you lose out this hard in the early game, laning's over for Novaria. That's why maybe they try to go for the lane swap up top, but against the CC, I don't know, man. Kirk can just sustain all the way back up every time you shoot him down.
Here's one thing that Witty the Wise can do to lead his team to a better position going into the post-laning phase. Make sure that he's there to help with the quick lane swaps.
Yep.
The guiding winds on Fabian here helps catch up on the what now? Oh my god, 2-level XP lead.
Yikes.
I think Team Liquid is making the right call here, at least just not contesting at all.
But what does this mean? It's already a 4,000 gold lead here, Leo. If King Kong can get the turtle for free, no contest whatsoever, that's already a 2-level lead. He's gonna go for the purple buff next. He's gonna retreat it, taking it away. This could be a 3-level lead very, very soon.
The Usurper is starved right now. Currently, that is the Suyo on Fabian. Just forced down the bottom, and now the fight breaks out in mid.
Way of the Dragon, Super Prince
the
still
bot, dude.
holding on to the real world manipulation, pops it down, Aaron trying to dodge, but Super Prince takes him down. Witty, the Wise, trying to escape, will be able to do so, but look at this cut. They're sending Kelra to cut the waves in the bottom lane. Kelra just shoots one Renner Apathy away, trying to get someone. Witty recalled early there, so he will not, oh no, yes, kill. Brusco is just on him. He might actually even get that solo almost there. And Yehezkiel is forced back, flickering defensively.
That was a rotation from mid that ended up in bot. That will lead to 2 pushes, top and bottom. Fnatic ONIC just trampling through the cavalry. Aaron Shiki, though, again, currently has just 1 death, and he is on top of his team's gold rankings, but that puts him just on top of Rusco, just barely. That's how bad it is, and there's a kick.
Into the Bandit's rage and the slashes of King Kong. If you thought Aran could maybe survive, there's a 1% chance, that Spear of Alpha dragged them all the way back to where he can't escape.
And it looks like it's inevitable for Fnatic ONIC to take this win. Is this not the fastest 7K gold lead we've seen in a while?
Yeah.
At least in knockouts.
5 minutes, 7,000 gold lead. Kirk, I don't even know if they can threaten this kill. Vengeance already used up. They're trying to go in. Kirk is just healing. Witty doesn't deal enough damage, and Kirk is styling on him. Brusco with the flanks, trying to... No, he just stands there and he zones everybody away. King Kong, that is another purple buff to him. Oh, man.
Free reign for Fnatic ONIC all across the board. Approaching the 9K gold lead at 6.5 minutes. They're just picking objectives and saying that's what we're going for with very little in the way. Liquid ID are now trapped in... Oh, what?
Wow. Okay, that's something. That's something. Aaron Shiki, amazing steal.
They're gonna punish him!
Oh, Spirit of Misery onto 2. Aaron is the glimmer of hope that TLID have left. They gotta capitalize on Aaron Shiki at this point. An amazing steal from him from out of nowhere. Even FNOP weren't expecting that.
The fact that it went through King Kong's retry, it went through all of those basic attacks, one would say it was a lucky shot, right? But Team Liquid ID will take anything and everything they can to try and make it to a solid mid game because what? After this mid, oh, there's a kid, finds one.
Then Rage coming down to Aran. Dismantled instantly. Curtain call to zone them away. There's a cannon minion still in the mid lane, and they will be able to deal with the tier 2. Now it's onto the base turret. Holy Defense still kept intact by Team Liquid ID. But there's another wave coming down.
And there's a big fat one brought in by Kirk up top as well. And look at that. Even before 8 minutes, all you have left are your inhibitors. We haven't seen Team Liquid ID played this way and ran up like this ever.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. 2,000 goal lead, by the way, for both Kelra and King Kong. That's the goal difference between the jungler and the goal laner. Those are the two main carries. And you can see what items Kelra and King Kong have gone for. For King Kong, it's a bit more defensive. He knows that there are still a lot of threats from Team Liquid ID, so he goes for Queen's Wings on top of the War Axe. And for Kelra, Melphic Gun, BOD, building up for the Haas Claws, I believe, there next. So a lot of sustain.
Fnatic ONIC respecting Team Liquid ID's comeback potential, so they're still playing to the beat. As if Team Liquid ID could just always turn, they're building some level of defense for themselves conservatively, and that's what explains this 10k gold lead and Team Liquid's inability to cross that river.
I mean, inability to even find a trade here. Aran gonna be caught in Jikundo, way the dragon in towards Kelra. King Kong and Prince were just a bonus there. Kelra could have gotten the kill solo with Brusco's kick. That's the amount of damage we're playing with now.
Whoa.
Another attempt from Aaron Shiki. He got it once. The Lord will be a different story.
Not this time. Brusco constantly finding these kicks, currently at 7 assists. He just missed 1 of the 9 kills in this game so far. He's been finding ways at the dragon without a flicker, man. Like, that's how early he got locked in. The Bruiser now threatening another one. Forcing back Team Liquid ID up top. That's Kirk forcing the Holy Shields to get popped.
And he will be successful in that endeavor. Now back into the mid lane, Kelra sieging it with a Renner. Slowly but surely, Witty still able to dodge away. Real world manipulation onto Aaron Shiki, forcing the Abyss. Walk out, Brusco!
And that's one more. Aran in the thick of it. Crossfire survives. Brusco down to 1/10 of his health. They do get into the base. Waves still crashing top and bot.
Guiding Wind to escape. That's his second base turret falling in the bottom lane. Kelra will snipe it down, leaving the cannon minion to deal with that last shot. 14,000 gold lead for the Super Family up against the Young Stallions. The Stallions are going wild. They don't know what to do.
Nowhere to gallop. And it looks like they're going to keep up the pressure. King Kong forcing them back. Echoes thrown out. All but
Lord.
Defensively. This is 14k ahead.
Kirk walking up very aggressively. Abyss, oh, wow. Renner's Apathy from Kelra. Unable to connect. Brusco coming in with the Jikundo, and now it's the SOD. Another Spear of Misery landing onto King Kong. 3 base turrets, though. That's 3 base turrets at FNOP. They're going to be fine with it. 15k gold lead almost at the 10th minute.
Again, surgical and specific. Also very conservative.
Oh,
nobody putting themselves in the way of harm, and there's one.
Purify out of the Spear of Alpha, but Aran doesn't have the same luxury. He will just be slain. Another mini wave coming down in the bottom lane as a way the dragon to go for it, and they can just go for the base. 10 minutes, a 15,000 gold lead, and an egg. That was a 0-kill game for Liquid ID.
The cleanest we've seen the Super Fam in the world stage. I am in disbelief.
If you're in disbelief, what am I?
You're a miracle.
I'm in the thick of it. We're